actually had like FOMO from the last interview because it sounded like you guys were having so much fun.
Don't worry. We're going to bring it for you, too.
It's
just, if you just let us go and talk crazy nonsense, you'll hear a lot of noise.
You have the floor. That's all good.
Might not get the interview you want.
Yeah, maybe I should try for my boss and then we can have a laugh.
There you go.
But so it just premiered in London. I mean, I loved the movie. I thought it was fantastic. But I've seen so many good initial reactions online. How does that make you guys feel, like knowing that people are starting to really love it?
Are people really loving it?
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
I tend not
We're on
to do
embargo. Our own, bro. I do not like to read anything.
I don't read anything.
Ever. So, but it's good?
It's good. I promise. I promise. I'm not lying to you.
Well, then that makes me feel good.
It's like, is it
pumped up?
Woohoo! I love as well, I guess kind of on the same thread, but I find it so funny that Alexei kind of measures success in his career whether he's on like a cereal box or not. It's kind of like it's the measure.
I mean, don't we all?
It's a metric.
So I was
that's the aim of the game, really?
Yeah.
He's sort of, I don't know if you noticed too on that series, but he's relegated really right toward the end. He's almost falling off the box. You guys are more front and center. He's really edging his way in. That's the real metric of not success.
Not success.
Yes.
But for you guys, like in your career, what would be a good measure of success for you?
Being on a cereal box.
Being on a cereal box.
I've made it if I'm on a cereal box.
Yeah.
That's a very interesting question, actually, because I've had moments where I felt like that, but for me, I don't know that there's any one thing that would make me feel like like you win an Oscar or you whatever.
For me,
it's like I feel like it's just I just gotta you show up every
for
day.
me, it's the bobbleheads. I'm sorry, but
Really?
like to have the bobblehead. Do you know our characters when they're
you
the
have it then.
I have
Yeah,
it.
you
Yeah, I'm going to bed now.
Now you climbed Everest.
That was
did it.
fun. I think
What now?
having like the bobblehead. I don't know. That's something about like
With the springy head.
The springy head. I just
That's
think
cool.
I think that kind of like that's so fun. Like
Not an Academy Award.
I don't know. Maybe
bobblehead.
this says more about my own
Yeah.
insecurity, my own failures in life. But like, there's been so many.
Yeah.
There's been so many moments where you're like, when I was younger, where you're like, this is it. Like,
Yeah.
You get the part.
wow, this
you're
is gonna like, I'm gonna pop.
And then nothing happens.
And then you're like, and the phone rings now,
Yeah.
right? Like the phone starts ringing.
Yeah, and it
Like,
doesn't
and
ring.
it doesn't
when
ring.
does it? Yeah.
And it's just
Does
like
it
no,
ever?
you just like you just inched your way up on the ladder.
Yeah.
And then things that were supposed to be amazing and great, or sorry, that weren't supposed to be that great, ended up being the thing where you're like, holy shit, that went to Cannes and I got that actually worked, and everybody thought that movie was going to be terrible. So like I've had too many moments of like not knowing and not knowing anything. You talk to anybody that's super successful, sports athletes.
But what is success?
Actors.
Success is happiness, I think, at the end of the day. Like, what makes you happy? What success. But I think in this career, like, there's no end. I think
There's no end.
Just there's no end. And that's
There's
exactly
no
it. But
end
any
to filling
things that
the
make you
void.
joy.
Alexei, we are all on the cereal box trying to get more real estate within the group.
Literally all people. That is all social media has turned into.
Exactly.
That is all it is. Instagram is everybody being like,
Instagram.
look at me.
I loved the detail as well. I'm trying not to do any spoilers in these questions. You'll probably be able to tell, but I loved how Alexei ends up brushing his teeth with washing up liquid.
Oh, God.
This is really not a spoiler.
disgusting.
Brilliant.
But I'm kind of curious to
moment.
know for you guys, because you're obviously in these suits and blah blah. Does any kind of unconventional grooming methods come about from being kind of in these like odd costumes?
They are, the funny thing about superheroes, which I feel like doesn't get enough credit, is the amount of people that need to get you into your suit. Like, as a superhero, you may be able to do incredible things, but you're going to need a team of like 3 people to actually buckle you up and get you ready to go.
I literally said, as I was getting my suit on, I was like, Ghost can't do this on her own.
Exactly.
And she doesn't wake up in the morning and go, right, there's my suit, I'm gonna real buckle up now. Like, it's like, no, there needs like 3 people to put me in this thing.
Yeah.
And it's actually not as practical as you think it is, because it's like a rubber. It's heavy.
It's a tire.
It's a tire. I wore a tire. No, but it's funny. It's like I thought exactly that.
There is a thing
a lot of people.
Yeah, and there is a thing where you take off various pieces throughout the day. So I will say, like, the grooming technique or the cold, like, I do like a half supersuit look, which is just like pants, shoulder
Waist up.
pads, and you got these big old suspenders. You're kind of like a fireman who's played a little hockey or something like, you know.
Half committed to the bit.
Half committed, but you're
like
cool.
that.
You don't really care.
Yeah.
That's sort of my vibe.
There's also a feeling of like when you get out the top half of the suit, you're like, okay, what are we dealing with today?
Yeah.
Right.
How's the odor? How is it going?
That's not
What
very
are we dealing
I
with?
can imagine it was a
Sometimes it
particular
surprises you.
smell.
Go, it's
Yeah.
actually fun.
I love that Walker is able to kind of like source food in the desert. I think it's a really
Great
special
moment.
skill.
I think that is a great
Yeah,
moment.
I would be
Was
kind of
this in the script, or was that something you came
Jake and I talked
added it,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's
was
so
an
good.
ad.
amazing.
So smart.
Cactus berry.
Yeah, cactus berry.
We
It's a real
actually
thing.
ate them, didn't we? In
We
Utah, we actually ate them.
But then Florence got like an allergic reaction to cactus berry.
Because she was like, I can't stop eating this thing. It's delicious. And then she had this.
She had like tongue swell up and was
Tongue
like,
swell up,
I
her lips
didn't
swelled
feed
up.
for
She
very
was
much
like-
longer.
She's like, I think I'm a bit allergic to this.
everyone at Marvel's panicking, like, not Florence. But I'd be so curious to know for you guys, like, how do you think you would fare in that environment, wilderness? Would you be good at like sourcing?
I think, I've done it. I lived on the road for 2 months during the pandemic, and my wife and I went to every national park and camped. We camped a lot. I grew up in Colorado in the wilderness, surrounding us, and all the hunting and fishing and stuff was a part of my family's life. So I think I'd do okay.
You'd be good.
I do terrible.
Yeah.
No, not
As
for me.
long as
I
I'm within
glamp.
range of,
I'll go glamping.
DoorDash, I'm good.
You could just come along in the limo and
Yeah, as long as that's
everyone
true.
would be fine.
That's what he does.
I really love the way Alexei's kind of not just the comic relief, he obviously has depth, but kind of isn't shy of a joke. Do you guys have a go-to joke or line that is kind of guaranteed to make everybody else crack up, like in between takes?
I'll tell you what, Wyatt and I did have something which I really loved. I don't know if it is a spoiler at all, but there's a character in the movie who doesn't appear in the movie, and his name is Shane. He owns a tire shop.
Yes.
And anyway, it was like we would just talk about Shane, and we would talk about.
We were fan casting.
We would fan cast Shane.
How do
The
you imagine
sequel,
him?
all about Shane. He's on the side of the road. He's played by Mark Rylance. He's got a very complex relationship with tires and little soccer teams.
It's Mark Rylance's Shane.
Yeah, Mark Rylance. I mean, we got to pitch it to him.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
I got to finish the
The
script.
first time he's going to find out because I'm sure he
Turns
watches.
down a lot of stuff. He loves to watch
this will
Instagram
be the
videos
one.
of interviews with Wyatt Russell, though. We know that. So I'm sure he'll see this. Mark, if you're watching, we have a character we'd like to pitch you. His name's Shane of the Tire Shop.
And Mark, I want you to know, because I know you'll be honored by this,
On the Academy Award.
on my desk at home, there's a little nice box that David gave me at the end of the shoot with your photo placed just so that I can put a couple like pieces of jewelry, which I don't have.
That is so
And just to bring it around, I will say I'm really excited for you to interview Mark
Yeah.
when this movie comes out, and you say to him like, "What was the moment when you realized you'd made it?" And he could say like the Academy Award. He could go like, "No, when Wyatt Russell pitched me over Instagram." Shane's Tire
He
Shop.
has his own bobblehead.
Thunderbolts
Shane's
Amazing.
bobblehead.
Anyway,
We need to make
sorry.
this happen.
Sorry.
There you go.
I'm obsessed.
I told you we're
That's a
wild.
callback. That's a callback.
And if a
Thank you so
bobblehead is
much.
where you need to be, and that's your address, we can get you one.
Yay. Thank you guys so much. That was so much fun. I'm glad I got to join in on the party that was this interview. It's amazing. Thank you so much. So nice to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you as well.
I can't
We gotta do a
breathe.